Erik Dartsch, a young racer from River Falls, has shared these same experiences.
Well, I started racing motocross in about 2007. A lot of my friends got me into it, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun. I just started going to the track with them, and I bought a trail bike when I was in like 3rd grade. So it all kind of started there, and ever since then it just took off, and I've been doing it pretty much every weekend all summer long for the past 5-6 summers. So
Erik Dartsch is one of Wisconsin's premier riders, and like most riders, he has the dream to go pro ever since he was a boy. But for a kid from the snowy Midwest, it's hard to stay in top motocross condition when there is snow on the ground 6 months out of the year. Many riders are forced to live or travel south during the winter to even have a chance at being competitive. For a motocross racer trying to make it on the big stage, training is vital.
I do a lot of training, cardio, weightlifting, all sorts of different things. It's mainly important for cardio on the bike, the long motos. So road bike workouts, long runs, circuit training, and just lifting weights.
Proper training will determine if you fade it at the end of a moto or if you charge and pass riders with less training. But when that training isn't enough, bad things happen.
Just injuries, bike failures, crashing, those are all things that come with the sport, but you know, it's just part of it, and it makes it interesting. I mean, you can have the best equipment and not win a race. I've had a few crashes, nothing too serious, mainly concussions and nothing interesting, but I've been able to rebound from my injuries and come back.
Although a kid from the Midwest, Erik has had his share of podiums and has more than proved himself.
The people I look up to in the sport would have to be Ricky Carmichael and Ryan Dungey for sure. Ryan Dungey's from Minnesota, and he's always worked hard, and he started from nothing, and now he's one of the best in the sport, so it's really good to look up to him. And Ricky Carmichael was just the greatest motocross rider of all time. Last year was my best year. I had a lot of fun with it, and I started out the season really strong, and I placed pretty high in some qualifiers. Although, like I mentioned earlier, in the regional events, I had bike problems. I ended up crashing pretty hard, so it took out my chance of going to nationals, unfortunately. But I had fun.
Keep fighting is the mantra of the sport. Every successful rider has lived by it since they first kicked their leg over a dirt bike. There is always another race next weekend, and with it comes the hope of redemption.